Hi, my name is Dari. I want to welcome you to 20 minutes of mobility. This is designed to be done in the morning, first thing out of bed. A lot of times when we're first waking up, our joints are stiff and muscles don't really want to move. So we're going to have a lot of motion through our poses so that you can wake things up and get things ready to go. We want to be able to also hold our poses long enough that we make progress in our flexibility journey. So have the equipment ready that you need. I am going to be using 2 blocks and a pillow. If you have those things close by, have them all set up and ready for you, as I have mine here with a pillow at the back side and blocks at the front. Let's get started on hands and knees. First thing out of bed in the morning, you're all stiff and maybe your body doesn't really want to move yet. So let's start with just some big inhales. Fill your lungs. Exhale, blow it all out. Big inhale and exhale. We're going to do some circles and just circling out over your fingers and then back over your heels with your breath. So starting to move the knees and the elbows, press your fingertips into the floor. Go ahead and go the other direction, just whatever feels good to you. Stretching out your head and neck. Come on back to all fours. We're going to lift our head, lift our chest, drop our ribs, and then reverse, go the other direction. Round your back up. Really exhale and scoop up towards the ceiling. Inhale, pull your elbows back towards your thighs, like they're turning them to look at your thighs as you arch your back and lift your head. And then spread your elbows wide to the wide sides of your mat. Just pull your scapula away from your spine as you arch up and round towards the ceiling. Come on back to your neutral spine. Curl your toes under and hover up onto your knees and do some more circles. So we're circling with those knees hovered. This is just to warm you up and wake you up a little bit before we really start to stretch. We're going to go the other direction. Put a soft bend in your elbows. And drop your knees down and keep the toes curled under. Go back through those cat-cows. So big inhale as you lift your head and tail. Big exhale as you drop your head and tail. Pull the elbows towards your thighs as you arch up. Pull the elbows wide as you round your back. Go ahead and come forward on your knees and clasp your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers and press your palms together. That's the rule. The palms stay together, the elbows can be bent, and we're just going to lift our chest. Open up the chest and stretch. Now, if you can, slide your arms slowly straight so you're pressing your fingertips down towards the floor. Open your chest. Nod your nose. Round your back. Release your grip and grab your blocks to bring them in a little closer. We're going to sit on that pillow right behind you. Crisscross your legs and sit up tall. You just want your blocks close enough that you'll be able to reach them in just a second. We're going to stretch side to side. We're going for a long stretch in the waist that you'll feel clear down into the side glutes, that glute medius and minimus. So we are starting to work into our hips a little bit, just side to side, a little farther each time. And now here's where we're going to use our blocks. You're going to fold forward and you want to place these blocks as high as they need to go to support your forehead. So however stiff you are yet this morning, just find the right height where you can just hang forward over your legs. Reach your fingertips long and just relax into your forehead. Now you may be able to use a smaller height. As you sit here a little bit, you might get a little more range of motion. Big inhale. And as you exhale, try to relax and sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. One more big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Last time, in and exhale. Walk your hands back. Switch your legs. Put the other leg in front and go back to those side to side stretches. Now, as you're going side to side, feel your sit bones. Make sure that your sit bones are staying connected to the pillow. So as I go to my right, I don't want my hip to lift. Keep it down so this is really long and lengthened. You'll start to feel this stretch into your low back, your quadratus laborum, that big, thick, square-shaped muscle in your low back that connects your upper and lower body. You want to feel that in your waist. It plays a big part in being able to stretch forward and touch your toes. So this is just working at it a little bit different angle. Now go ahead and stretch forward. This is on your second side, so most likely you chose your most comfortable side first, just out of habit. So this is the little bit awkward feeling side. And I have found in my flexibility work that if I try to do the awkward side first, it just shakes things up a little bit for my brain. Big inhale, exhale, blow it out. Big inhale, exhale, blow it out. All right, walk your hands in. You're going to take these blocks on the highest setting and put them on either side of your mat. Swing your legs around and kneel on your pillow, so your knees have some support. We're going to do some stepping through into some lunging positions. And so this way, your back knee isn't being, aggravated first thing in the morning. So from here, you're going to reach your right leg out straight behind you and really flex your foot. Turn your toes straight towards the ceiling or towards the floor. Bend your knee into your chest and round your back. Stretch it straight back out. Bend it in. And then step it through. If you need to grab your knee and pull it through, that's fine. Reach out and find those blocks. So here's your first runner's lunge. You want this ankle directly underneath your knee. So if you're too close to your body, you'll get this short angle in your knee. That's a bad position to be in. Step it forward so that ankle is right underneath your knee. Then from here, we're going to do some circles with our hips. Circle it around. Circle it around. So as you're starting to straighten out that front leg, you'll feel a little bit in that hamstring. And as you sink forward, you're going to feel it in this back hip flexor. Circle the other way. Very good. Now we're going to sink forward and stay. Keep these blocks wherever you need them to be able to be as upright as possible. Okay? So we're working on the back hip right now. This quadricep and hip flexor clear up into your psoas. That psoas muscle is that long muscle that attaches clear into your low back. If you have tight quads, you probably really also have a tight psoas. So really breathe and work to lift your chest. Exhale. And now we're going to shift back with our hips and do a kneeling like half split. And just slowly pump the front leg. Flex and point. Flex and point. We want to keep that motion going. Let's do a few more. 3, 2, 1. Put that foot flat on the floor, sink back forward. Now keep your left hand on the block. Lift your right arm, stretch up. Big breath. And switch sides. So find the second block. Reach up and over. Now on this side, we're going to make some circles. So reach back towards your back leg, reach forward, all the way around. Big circle. Follow with your eyes, follow that thumb. Find your block, straighten the front leg, and we do that half split again. Now you may be warm enough now that you can put your blocks down a little lower. If so, great. If not, then just go back to where you're ready to be. Eventually, you can do this without blocks. And sometimes toward the end of the day, after you've been moving around a bit, you can do it without blocks. All right, sneak that foot back onto the pillow, however you need to get it there. Square yourself out back onto your all fours and reach your left leg straight behind you. Left leg straight behind. Now round your back and pull your knee to your nose. Stretch it straight out. Pull it into your nose and step it through. Again, make sure you've placed it far enough forward that you can have your ankle right underneath your knee. And we're starting out with some circles. Just circle around. And go the other direction. And sink all the way forward. Lift your chest. Put your blocks wherever you need them to be able to sit up. Lift tall. Big inhale. Stretching that back thigh. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Straighten the front leg. Sink the hips back. And we rock back and forward on that heel. So front and back, flex and point. Your front leg may not even be straight. It might be slightly bent, and that's okay. We're just working towards a straight leg eventually. Flex and point. And get ready to rock forward. Sink down. Keep your right hand on the block and stretch over to the side, up and over towards the right. And switch sides. And this time we make those big circles. Reach up and over and back towards the back foot. Big reach front. Way to the back. Big reach. Try to breathe. Big inhale. Exhale all the way back. Let's try 2 more. All the way back. Last one. All the way back. Find your block. Get yourself centered. And wiggle that foot back onto your mat. Put those blocks way forward. Find all fours again. And just shift side to side. Shift side to side. Good. Curl your toes under and push your hips up into a downward facing dog with really bent knees. Bend your knees a lot. My goal for you here is for you to be able to get your belly button on your thighs. So if you need to walk your hands back, do that. And your heels might be up, they might be down, wherever they are. Just bend your knees enough that you can get your bottom rib down onto your knee, onto your thighs. Breathe. Let your head hang heavy. Drop it down. Now on your next exhale, we're going to try to straighten your legs just a little bit, but keep your belly button on your thighs. Exhale. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Bend on the inhale. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Now walk your hands all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Grab your elbows and hang like a rag doll over your knees. Again, my knees are still bent really generously, so lots of bend in the knees. Let your head hang heavy, and from here, just do little squats. Bend and straighten as much as you can. Bend. Let your ribs collapse over your thighs. Bend. Straighten. One more. Bend. Straighten. Now bend your knees and start stacking your bones to rise up all the way up to standing. Come all the way up to standing, and with your knees still slightly bent, push your hips forward. Slide your hands into your back pockets so they're on your low back like this, and bend your knees and push your hips front. Pull your elbows back. Stretch out those hip flexors. Come all the way back up to standing. Roll right back down. Find your hands on the floor in front of that pillow, and we're going to kneel down, right back down onto that pillow. I'm going to shift forward so you can see my feet a little better. But kneeling on this pillow, my toes are still curled underneath. I'm going to move my blocks behind me, so they're right behind my feet. Now from here, again, take those hands and slide them back into your back pockets. Pull your elbows toward each other. Lift your chest and push your hips forward over your knees. Just kind of rock side to side. Breathe and feel this long lengthening through your quads, up through your hip flexors. Support your low back with your hands and rise back up. Now this time we're going to reach back with one hand. So choose which way you're going to go first. We're going to arch way back straight. I'm going to reach back with my left hand and find this block. So place it where you can reach it, and then reach your second hand straight up to the ceiling. Now from here, push, push, push your hips forward. Good job. We're going to hold it for 2 more breaths. Big inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Now use this hand and this that's upright to the ceiling. Shift forward and let it help you pull up so you don't strain your back. Both hands go back to the low back, shift back, and we're going to switch sides. So my right hand is going to reach back and grab that block, place it where I need to, and my left hand reaches up. Push your hips forward. Big breath. This is a pretty great stretch into the quads and hip flexors. 2 more breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, stretch and reach with that hand even higher. And on your next exhale, take that hand forward and shift back over your heels. We're going to do that one more time. You can continue to use your blocks, or if you can, reach your heels. So hands come behind your back. Take your left hand down to your heel. Right hand reaches. If you're not quite there yet, just keep using your blocks. That's fine. Another thing you can do with your block is turn it to a lower setting until you're ready to reach your heel. Breathe. Good morning. Reach forward and let's switch sides. Both hands behind your back. Give yourself some support. Shift back. Lift your chest. Find your heel and second hand goes straight to the ceiling. Reach. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it out. Inhale. Exhale, blow it out. Reach that arm forward. And now just shift back and take both those blocks, put them forward, and now you're going to sit on your pillow in a butterfly position. So bottoms of your feet together. Let's take our hands or our elbows to our knees and just kind of rock side to side. This will help to sort of reset your lumbar spine and your low back. So just rock side to side. Now stack these blocks in front of you. Again, we're going to support our forehead. So when we began, we had our legs crisscrossed. Now we have the bottoms of our feet together. So we're just going to walk our fingertips out until you can gently rest your head on those blocks. So you put them as high as you need to and just collapse forward. Now this will work better if you turn your palms to the ceiling and just let everything lengthen and stretch. Big inhale. After all that back bending, just want everything to go the opposite direction in this counter stretch. Now, as you sit there, you may be able to lower your blocks a little bit. Give it a try. Big inhale. As you exhale, sink deeper, deeper, deeper. Let everything relax. You've got 2 more poses to work through. And exhale. So here we go. Come on up to sitting. Step your feet wide out to the sides of your mat and give yourself a push up forward into a squatting position. Now, if this is torture for your groin this early in the morning, use those blocks, give yourself a little stool and just sit. And that's just fine. Elbows on your knees, and we're going to rock side to side. Open up the groin, open up your hip joints. Now, as you're here, I want you to take your sternum and try to lift. And then round. Drop your nose, round. And again, lift your head, lift your eyes, lift your sternum. And round. Last time, lift your chest. Take your left fingertips to the floor and your right hand to the ceiling and twist the low back. Stretch back, stretch back, stretch back. Take your eyes all the way up to your right thumb. And return back to center. And we're going to switch sides. So right hand reaches to the floor, left hand reaches to the ceiling. Use this right elbow to press back into your knee and open up that twist. Again, if you are feeling nice and gooey this morning, you can take those blocks out and sink deeper, whatever your body's ready for. And come back. Take your blocks out. Sit back onto that pillow. Reach your legs long to the sides. This is our final big stretch. You're going to reach your hands clear up to the ceiling. Now, maybe your knees can straighten. Maybe they can't. That's fine. If they're a little bent, that's okay. Just flop forward with your palms facing up and let your head hang in this final pose. Rock side to side a little bit, right to left. Now, while we're here, I'll tell you why we're using this cushion. If flexibility is a challenge for you, lifting your hips a little higher puts gravity on your side. So gravity will help hang you forward more than if you're down low and you're fighting to fold forward. So if you can lift your hips up, then gravity will help you hang forward. Your muscles can be a little more relaxed, and then you'll give in to your flexibility more quickly. Now we have our feet just mat width. If you want to walk them out a little bit, if you feel ready to do that, slide those feet out a little bit. Increase that inner thigh stretch. That's a good option if your body is ready for that this morning. Find center and be still. Nice big inhale and exhale. Walk your hands in. Come all the way up to sitting. Bring your knees in tight to your chest. And we are finished for the day, ready for whatever you have next on your calendar. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope this was a great time to wake you up and get you ready to move. And I will see you next time.